Yo, you feel the vibes.
Ladies and gentlemen, dudes and dudettes, citizens all, welcome to my channel and happy Saturday. I just want to talk briefly about the furor. I mean, people are just like really up in arms over this new starter ship that just came out a couple of days ago, the Origin 100i series, or the 100 series actually, and they're just really railing against this ship. And please note, it's just like what happened with the 600i. Folks were jumping all over that ship, hating on it and throwing all kinds of shade. I mean, it was just so much vitriol against that ship, and it was totally pointless. I mean, it's the same thing with this starter ship. Please note that this ship is not designed for the established citizen, i.e. it's not made for that particular game player who has the ships that they want. You know, I mean, if you already have like your saber, or you already have your cutlass or whatever, this ship is not for you. I mean, it's not designed for someone who has a fleet. Right? I mean, it's designed for that brand new citizen who just signed up, or who's looking at the website right now and pondering whether or not they want to sign up for the game. I mean, it's made for them. But also, if you're a collector, because there's plenty of ship collectors in Star Citizen, I mean, if you're a collector, then why not? It's a gorgeous ship, it's affordable, and you have 3 variants. I mean, I don't get what the big deal is. So what? It's got like the 100i has 2 size 1 weapons. So what? So does the M50. I mean, it is not meant to. I mean, it seems like that people in a lot of the people on the whole, I hate to say that, but a lot of players seem to be so combat focused. Okay, but can it fight? Yeah, but can it fight? Can it fight? But that is just not the focus of this game. But unfortunately, it looks like it's going in that direction, because everything that the devs are putting out are kind of like geared toward combat, you know. But these ships, I mean, personally, I don't really see them as combat ships, even though there is a what's it, the 135, which is a combat variant of, like, say, the 325A. But really, it's good to see that there are different non-combat roles, and it's really important that there are a lot of players are non-combat players, and it's good to have ships that appeal to those kind of players. So the 100 series is just that type of a ship. I mean, if you really don't want to spend the green and get like the big expensive ships or whatever, and you just want to get into the game and do a little cargo run and play some missions or whatever and stuff, just doing the general stuff, then I mean, I don't see anything wrong with the 100i. I mean, it's fine for what it does. Each ship carries cargo. I think the cargo variant, I think that was the I forget the number of that one, but the cargo variant carries like 6 SEU. So there's a little bit for everybody's taste. You have your touring version, your cargo version, your combat version. I mean, oh man, and folks are just railing against this ship like, oh, but only got like 2 size 1. Or what's the point of that? I mean, why would you? I mean, why is it always got to be about the pew pew? I mean, we already got ships that you can fight with. I mean, what's wrong with having a non-combat ship, right? Just a general purpose starter ship for somebody who is not an aggressive player, who wants to get in and have some fun and have something to defend themselves with. Again, size 1s are not bad. It's just a question of what kind of size 1 you put on those hard points. Okay, so I mean, wow. I mean, it's just that is all this vitriol and fussing makes no sense to me. Really, it just doesn't. I mean, it's just a ship. It has a certain function, and I think it'll be a great addition to the game. And plus, it looks fly. I mean, you can't deny how nice this ship looks. I mean, for a starter, looking that good. I mean, come on. Like, if I was coming in today and I was looking for a starter ship, I would jump all over this joint. But I mean, being that I am a proud 300 series owner, I don't want this, because I have the 300, and it's going to get bigger, and it's going to get better, and it'll look even more fly. So no, I pass. But if I was, say, a hardcore collector, because I am a collector of sorts, right? Because I do collect. I collect comics and toys and vintage video games, and I do collect ships and Star Citizen. Not on the scale of like some of my other friends, because some of them, man, you should see their fleets. Good God, I mean, they have it all, right? I mean, this one player I came across, this dude has got every variant of every ship in the game. I mean, he was with the with Star Citizen since Kickstarter. So I mean, that kind of makes sense to me. I'm like, if you're always like in the game and you're buying shit, so yeah, eventually, yeah, you're gonna have probably a whole lot of ships. So I mean, I can't hate on them. But if you're a collector and you're looking for something really nice to add to your collection, what's wrong with this ship? Nothing wrong with it. And wow, I'm just gonna like look at these ships individually, and then and no, let's discuss, man. Let's discuss. Okay, so here's the thing that started all the fussing. This is the 100i, and this is the new starter from Origin. It's smaller. I think it's kind of like along the lines of an Aurora size. I have to look at the because the specs aren't up there just exactly yet. But it's going to have two size 1 laser cannons. It'll have its own fuel scoop to where it's called the AIR refueling system, where it can refuel itself while in space. It's kind of like if you ever played Elite Dangerous, and you have to buy a fuel scoop for your ship, and if you fly close to a star, it'll collect the gas, whatever. This is along the same line. So basically, you will have to like stop, using your afterburner and doing a whole bunch of crazy turns and stuff, and just fly at a steady rate, and it'll refuel itself. You can't refuel while you're sitting still, so the ship has to be in motion, which is great because that increases the range and decreases your reliability on. Well, you're relying on an outside source to refuel your ship. So I mean, it's great for that player who's running around just doing general stuff. I think this would be great for a touring, like a entry-level touring ship, because you can go all over the place and not worry about fuel. I mean, I think that's really cool. And everybody's mad at the ship because it only has two size 1 missiles. I mean, well, two size 1 lasers. And my thing is, what difference does it make? Honestly, I mean, really, it's just a starter. It is not a combat ship. It's meant for general purpose, and it's on that low end. It's like I said previously. This is great for that new citizen who's looking for something different. Maybe they don't like the look of the Aurora, and a lot of folks don't. Maybe they don't like the look of the Mustang, and they're looking for something different, something that looks really stylish, and it's very affordable. So this guy does it. This ship right here is sharp. It's got clean looks. It can carry 2 units of cargo, so you can pretty much do a lot of your basic stuff with this ship. It's great. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. Like I said, however, if you already own, say, a 300i or a 315p or a 325, then what's the point? There's no point in you getting this ship if you already have like an upgrade. You know what I mean? So, but if you have nothing like this, or you want something different, then why not get this? But this is not part of a package. None of these ships come with a game package, so you will have to get the game package. So that means you have to get like an Aurora or a Mustang package or some other starter package, and then upgrade to one of these if you are so inclined. So let me move on to the next ship. Okay, so here comes the salt. I think this is like where a lot of folks are getting like real fussy, because the 125A is the downscale model of the 325A, and it is a starter level interdictor. So it's only armed with two size 1 lasers and then just two size 1 missiles. Honestly, this is no different from the M50, because the M50 is also kind of like impromptu interdictor. Even though it is built for racing, it can also interdict, because if you ever fought against an M50, it's a pain in the ass because it's so small. And I think that'll be the same thing with this ship. This is for somebody who is looking for something cheap to get started with, something easy to learn how to fly, and to look good in it. Because I like the design of this ship. It looks like these 100 series ships. They look like little like miniature or upscale size M50s. That's what they look like to me, minus the big engines in the back. And I think like these are really affordable, especially for like people who are just don't have like anything else. Like if they just have a starter package and they don't like it and they want something with a little more pew pew in it, here you go. You can start off with this, make you some credits, and then upgrade to something even bigger. So really, I just don't see anything wrong with this ship. I think it'll be a great starter, especially for the beginning combat pilot who's looking for a way to get in and learn how to fly and learn how to fight. I don't see anything wrong with this ship. And honestly, I think you might be able to race with this ship. It certainly looks small and fast enough, so it may be something cool to race in. Because I have I own a 315P, and I raced in that, and the 315 is fast. Same thing as I have a Mustang Alpha and a Mustang Beta. Both of those ships are fast. So you might be able to do some entry-level racing with this. Who knows? But I would probably suspect that this ship would be pretty quick and pretty hard to target, because it's very small and it has a small cross section. Because if you look at it, it's very flat, and I think it'll have a smaller cross section and be harder to track. Plus, again, this also carries 2 SCUs worth of cargo, so you could do cargo runs in this ship. If you don't like the 100i, you want something that has a little bit more punch, but doesn't cost a whole lot more dough, then getting a 125A would probably make a lot of sense, because you can still do a lot of general work in this 125 and still be good. Again, I really don't see any problem with these ships. I just don't get everybody fussing over these ships. It's the same thing as like I said, it's the same thing as the 600i. They're hating on the 600i. I own one, and all the people who are hating on this ship are going to be eating their words when I'm docking at Port Alizar in mine. Hey, I'm telling you, just don't be so judgmental about this ship. It's still in concept, and they haven't hashed everything out about this ship yet. So there's bound to be some really nice improvements to it, and that's it. Let's look at the last one. Okay, so now we come to the third, final, and I think the coolest one out of the 100 series. This is the 135C, C meaning cargoes. This is your cargo ship. So for that beginner, for that guy or gal who just signed up for Star Citizen and has a ship that they don't like, say again, you don't like the Aurora, or you don't like the Mustang Alpha, this guy is a very viable option. Coffee break. 1 second here. Okay. Caffeine infusion. Good. Nice. All right. This ship will be a viable option for those who do not like the Aurora or the Mustang. If you don't want to spend a long green on something like a Freelancer or a Cutlass Black, but you want something small that's easy to manage, easy to replace, and easy to repair, i.e. cheap, right? This is a great option for you. It's a nice looking ship. It only has 2 size 1 weapons on it. And again, please remember, a laser is not the only weapon you can fit on that size 1 hard point. You have many different options that you can play with to find a loadout that's suitable for your ship. So just because something is stuck with just size 1s doesn't mean it's garbage. Man, I mean, this is not a combat ship. The 100i and the 135C, they're not combat ships. Your 125A is an interdictor, all right? A little mini interdictor. But again, it depends on what kind of hard points you put on your ship. So I just wouldn't fixate on the size of a gun. A gun can cause damage. I mean, size 1 weapons can cause damage. The size 1 repeater causes a higher amount of DPS than, say, a broadsword. So, again, depends on what you want to use it for. Depends on what type of weapons you loaded with. But this right here, this 135 is nice. I like the color blue. So blue is my favorite color. So this really appeals to me. I like the design of it. It's distinctive. It stands out. And again, this ship can operate long range. That's astonishing to me, considering the size of the ship. And the size of its engines. It's not a very big ship, but it has a longer range because it has the AIR system where it can refuel itself on the go, which is priceless. I mean, not all ships in Star Citizen will be able to refuel themselves. Like, say, for example, the combat ships, your fighters, like your Hornets, your Gladiuses, or your Gladii, I don't know. Gladiuses, Gladii, I don't know. Tomato, fuck it. But those type of fighters cannot refuel on the go. They've established that already on the website, so that's gonna change. But your exploration ships, your Pathfinder ships, most of your industrial ships, they will be able to refuel on the go. But there will be different variants of this self-refueling system. So this AIR system on the Origin is supposed to be like the optimal choice for your ship. So maybe in the future we can swap out components, right? So maybe you have one of these, but let's just say your Hornet doesn't have it can't refuel itself. So what if you wanted to go out on a long distance run or something like that? Maybe you might be able to swap out components and put the AIR system in your Hornet or something. I don't know, man, but it's an idea because these ships are modular to a degree. All ships are modular to a degree, so you might be able to swap it out for something. Or the AIR system might be available separately in one of the ship markets or something, and component markets, and you can buy it and put it in your ship, But the highest appeal to me on these 100i series, these 100 series ships, is that AIR system. That's just really cool because that means you can go to the farthest ends of the solar system or the star system and not have to worry about calling for help or calling someone in there with a starfare or whatever to refuel your ship. I think that's awesome. I think that's really, really awesome. And that gives a starter ship a great advantage because that saves you a ton of credits in the long run. Because most of that money's gonna be spent on repairing and refueling and stuff. So if you can refuel your own ship, how many more credits can you use toward buying cargo for trading and stuff like that, right? So I think this is a great option. So out of the 3 ships, this is my favorite one. So if I was going to get a 100 series ship, this would be the one I would get because this one will let me do the most stuff. I could care less about the combat because I got combat ships. I got a Super Hornet, I got a Saber, I got a 325A, and I got a Gladius Valiant. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because that's not even, combat's not even my focus. I like to explore and I like to make money. So the bulk of the ships I do own are either industrial or they're exploration. So, I mean, hey, this would be, if I didn't have like a small scale ship and I wanted to start it off with, I would just jump all over this one. This 135C would be a great option, especially if you are a new citizen and you want, like, say if you got the Mustang Alpha package, but you don't like the look of the Mustang Alpha. But that's going to change when the remake comes out. Trust me, because the new Mustang Alpha looks badass. But let's just play devil's advocate and say you don't like it, right? And then you want something different. Well, this is a good comparison to that Mustang Alpha. However, the Mustang has 4 size 1 hard points, vice the 135's 2 hard points. If you must go with the pew pew route, let's look at it that way. The Mustang will have a higher DPS than your 135A. Granted. But again, if you're looking for something like something that you could honestly see yourself cruising in, and it's pretty much like in the same price range, then why not get a 135A? I really don't 135C. I'm sorry. I really don't see what the big fuss is. I mean, honestly, these are some really cool looking ships. They're great budget starters, and they will help you get the job done. If you are starting out in the verse, you want to get your first stack of credits, but you don't want to blow a whole lot of credits. You want to keep your overhead low. These are great. These ships will just get the job done. There's really nothing much more else to be said about that. So, I please just don't feed into the vitriol and the shade throwing and stuff, man, because they did the same thing with the 600i, and now a lot of folks looking at the 600i like, damn, it looks fly. Did you guys see the last Across the Verse where they talked about the 600i? If you haven't, please go to the RSI website and check that out. It will make you a believer. And once the ship is available in game, a lot of folks are going to be eating crow. Really. As a matter of fact, I invite you all, when the 600i is available in 3.2, please come find me. I will have my Explorer. It will be ready to go. You can hop in and multi-crew with me. We can take it out and do some stuff with it, whatever. I mean, just please come on and find me, man, because I'm a believer. I love that ship. I think it'll be a fabulous ship, and I also think that the 100 series will be a lot of fun. Now, here's the big one for me. When I first saw this ship, the 100 series, I first saw it, my first question was, why? Why would they, what was the whole point of like, why would they bring this out? And now, what's the point? When you got the 300 series, that was the starter ship for Origin, right? So why would they bring 100 series out? It's like they're going backwards. No, I realized they're not going backwards. What they're doing is they're upping the game. They're upping the game. So when the 600i was published, they realized this could be a template off which all other ships can be built from. Okay, so now they're going back and they're remaking everything to line up with that 600i. So in order to do that, they would need a new starter or a base level to build up from. So you have your 100 series, right, that has some of the 600i's nicest features. If you look at it, it's got the 600i nose. It's got the fuel scoop. It's got the really cool looking engines in the back, just like the 600i, right? And now they're going to build it up to the 300 series, which will be revised sometime, I think, in later on this year, like in November probably, either the 3rd quarter or the 4th quarter. I think it's the 4th quarter. I have to look that up. But now they're going to remake the 300 series, and I got a funny feeling that they're going to make the 300 series bigger, which means that they may be up there in size class with the Freelancer or the Cutlass Black. I mean, how cool would that be? I mean, think about that. You have a 300i that's like the size of a Freelancer, man. I mean, damn. I mean, wow. I mean, what are they gonna put it in? I mean, maybe it won't be the exact same size as a Freelancer. Maybe it might be slightly shorter. But if they can all carry cargo, and I think they can. I don't think the 325A can carry. I don't know, but I know the 315P can carry cargo. The 300I can carry cargo, and I think the 350R can. I think I have to look that up. But if they can carry cargo in the current iteration, like how much more can they do if they were bigger, right? That's what I'm looking. I'm looking at how much money I can make. That means I can put more loot in my 315P or my 325A. And my 315P is like, that's what I'm focusing on, because like if they make the 300 series bigger, then that means that the 315P, the pathfinding ship, will have more goodies on the inside. Maybe they might put a cabin in there like the Mustang Beta. Ooh, I mean, maybe they could do that. Oh man, that'll put the butter in my biscuits right there, dude. I'm serious. So that's why they brought out the 100 series. They're bringing it out because they realize they have to up the game on the 300 series, and maybe there'll be a 400 series or something, working up to the 600i. Maybe this might be the beginning of a whole new line of Origin ships, which I hope so, because I love Origin. Origin's got some of the flyest looking ships in the game, so I'm a big Origin fan. But yeah, I mean, that's what I realized. That's what they were doing. Of course, a lot of folks were throwing shade, saying, "Oh no, they just doing that to get more money out of us." No, they don't need to do this to get more money out of us, because, frankly, they got 2 million subscribers. That's a lot of loot. So I really wouldn't. I wouldn't even go there with that argument. So they're bringing out the 100i so they can raise the game. So we're going to get new and improved 300 series ships, and maybe there's going to be one in between the 300 and the 600, right? There might be an 800 series. I don't know. I'm just really hoping that they make 300 series bigger, somewhat wider, so we can stand up inside of it and actually put physical cargo in it, kind of like what we do with freelancers and the Cutlass, because it's cool to put physical cargo in it so you can see what you have. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like the digital stuff that we do with the Mustang Alpha. But the Alpha will also be able to carry physical cargo in the new iteration. So, I mean, this is really something to look forward to. And I just personally I wouldn't pay attention to all the people who throw shade and stuff, because it's pointless. It really is. This is a great starter ship. It is a starter ship. It is low end, low cost, low overhead, and it is meant to help the citizen get started on his career with the least amount of risk. Okay, that's what it's made for. And if you, sir, or you, ma'am, are a avid Star Citizen ship collector, then go for it. I don't see anything wrong with you adding one of these to your fleet. Go right ahead, man. I mean, thank you for your contribution, and I appreciate you. I love you, and just enjoy the game, man. Enjoy the game for what it is. It's designed to get you fully immersed, have a great time, lose track of time, get ostracized by your family because you play too much. You played this game too much. But I mean, it's meant to take you on a journey that you have never been on before, and it's working well. I'm loving it, I'm digging it, and I'm in it for the long haul, and I hope you are too. So with that being said, folks, I hope you got some information, some good information, and I hope you get out there and enjoy. Please feel free to drop any comments down below, and if you got any questions or something, please post those. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.